Welcome back, Derek. What the fuck?
It's been a while, man. It's been a while.
It's been a hot minute. Fucking the podcast today is brought to you by USG Canada. USG Canada and Howie Lee have come out with a special deal for everybody, and that's going to be buy one pair of custom gloves and get the second pair for half off. So $300 plus shipping for 2 pairs of custom gloves. Whatever you want, a giant dick on them, right. You want whatever you want on there, he'll do it.
Right.
And it's $300 for 2 pairs of gloves.
Premium quality, awesome gloves. Use them personally.
Yeah, genuine human leather. I mean, genuine cow leather. We're talking. Howie can do anything though. Now he is also outfitting our gym.
That's right. He's gone way above the Call of Duty, and we've asked him for a little bit of help, a little bit of support. Jumped on board before we could even finish our sentence, and really kind of stepped up.
So Howie Lee will be supplying all of the gear for the boxing gym here in Swift Current, Saskatchewan. We're gonna have custom bags, custom speed bags, custom fucking double end bags, custom gloves will be for sale.
Right, one of a kind of something.
Custom hand pads. Custom condoms.
Whatever.
Whatever you want. Howie Lee can do it over at USG Canada.
We got bulletproof vests over here. We got gloves.
Yeah.
We got shoes on the floor over here. Not on the floor, like on the floor, but resting on the floor.
That's where shoes belong.
Exactly. So that's what's up.
So if you guys want to take advantage of Howie's deal this week, 2 pairs of custom gloves for $300 plus shipping. Hit Howie up via email or on Facebook. His email is howie@usgcanada.com. We're also brought to you by Sovereign Extracts. Derek, you love these weed tips. Right?
These weed tips are really convenient, and it got a lot of the weirdness of finding Buddy in the Walmart parking lot for weed, or even the stigma of going to your local weed store right now. It still feels like you're going into a porno store.
It's weird, right?
Right. You don't make eye contact with anybody. You go in, you try not to have conversation, you get in and get out. Also, too, if you're buying their pre-rolled joints or any of that stuff, you're really committed to smoking the whole joint because you paid a premium price for it.
Exactly.
You can really overdo it. Here, you really, like you're doing now, you can control your intake. It's very subtle. I was vaporizing after a day of working the local fair.
Yeah.
On the drive home.
That must have been some bullshit, but
yeah. Needless to say, having a few little vapes on the way home, guess my taillights weren't on. Got yanked by the cops. More scared, not knowing why. Scared I might get picked up. With the Sovereign Extracts, those pens, odorless. Didn't get picked up.
Now we're not advocating smoking and driving, Derek, you moron.
Wow.
But
edit. But
edit that out. No, we're not going to edit that out because that's something that actually happened. Now, what Derek should have done was not smoked and drive. He should have waited until his dumbass got home and then smoked in the parking lot and then walked into his house. But Sovereign Extracts, they make the best vaporizing stuff, and they also make this
flavored CBD and THC mixes.
Whoo! Smell that? That's the Big Daddy perp, bro.
Right. We could go on. We all know
we go on
for weeds, but Sovereign Extracts.
Yeah, they're fantastic. Hit them up on Instagram at Sovereign Extracts, and then you can go to the website from that point on. But give them a like on the Instagrams and shoot them a message and get hooked up. Supplement King.
Right.
Swift Current. They help us out immensely.
Nice shirt, bro.
Like that?
Yeah, they really got involved. We actually approached them. They got behind us right away, supplying you for your fights with.
We got the bad guy pack. That's what they supply me with. They named the supplement stack after me, and what you get is a 5-pound tub of diesel protein. You get
Cytogreens.
You get a fish oil, and you get a BCAA of your choosing. And then you get 20% off.
Well, the reason it makes it a little more special is you have a little bit of background. You in the supplement business, years of working out and years of doing that. But also, that's the shit you use.
Yeah, that's the foundation blocks of healthy eating, right? Is you got your protein, you got your greens, you got your oils, and you got an amino acid.
Perfect.
They're the things that you need to be healthy. But nobody eats enough vegetables. Let's be honest. Like, Derek,
right.
How many leafy greens do you eat a day?
I put some on my quesadilla, but it's not enough. Clearly not enough.
It's not enough, right?
Yeah.
How much broccoli do you eat a day?
Right.
To get your allotted amount of broccoli, you got to eat a whole fucking bag of that shit.
Right.
With the Cyto greens, you get 8 servings in one little drink, and you can add it into your protein shake, and then you don't have to taste it.
Right.
Right? The fish oils are essential, but hey, now Dr. Drew
Yeah, last week's podcast.
he dropped some knowledge on fish oils on his Instagram story. You guys should go over and follow Drew Jameson on Instagram because he's dropping knowledge. But say Supplement King Canada. If you live in Swift Current, you go in there, ask for the bad guy pack, they're going to give you 20% off. If you order online, select Supplement King Swift Current as your home store, and we're going to get a little bit of shine from the Supplement Kings brand. Right? Perfect. Who else we got? We got On It. If you're not on it, get on it at onit.com/TFS podcast and save 10%.
They did a couple cool things for us this week.
They hooked us up a little bit.
They sent us a physical and audio version of Aubrey Marcus's book, Own the Day.
Oh, nice.
And then they also sent us a little digital treat of, they kind of knew that we were doing playlists. I don't know if they got word. Sent us over Donald Cerrone's custom playlist that I'll send you the link for. Kind of nice little treat, little something. Also,
You're drawing a blank here.
I know. It was kind of, I shouldn't, yeah, I'm going to pull up. Not going to say that. I would have a little shout out to On It again. Thank you very much. They gave us a little something that not everybody else gets. So don't try to make people jealous. I kind of bit my tongue there. Anyways.
Again, guys, it's www.onit.com/TFS podcast and save 10%. Are we forgetting anybody?
We have I say it wrong, apparel people.
Oh, Buckle Down Apparel. Yeah, Buckle Down Apparel makes some of the nicest athletic gear in the business right now. And if you guys make a purchase from buckledownapparel.com and use the promo code BCB10, you're going to save 10% on your purchase. And you're going to also help our national champion, Brian Caldwell, make his way to the 2020 Olympics. Now, Brian does have the Pan Am Games coming up. So, guys, go over to Instagram, follow Brian Caldwell Boxing, and give him a shout out and wish him the best of luck. He's going to be taking off to Montreal here soon for training camp. But he's our hopeful to win the Pan Am Games. So
he
that's pretty cool. Fuck you, Brian, and go watch Toy Story 4, you bitch. Just kidding. But we love Brian on the show and we wish him the best of luck. What else we got going on?
We have a couple things.
Hit me.
Stolen bike.
I got my bike stolen, bro. I went camping with my family. I come back. On the way back, I blew a tire on my trailer.
Did you?
Yeah. While camping, I sprung a leak in my hot water tank.
Ooh.
So the plumbing going into the hot water tank leaked. So now I had to replace the floor in the trailer. Fuck, pissed me off. And then I come back to a $600 bike being stolen. Now...
Oh, cool, man.
Whoever the fuck is that's out there that's stealing bikes, like, come on, bro. Like, what are you, fucking 10?
It was a nice bike, man.
It's like car hopping.
It was like Rocky Mountain red. Anybody
Rocky Mountain.
Come get it. But, so while you're camping, I decided to show up.
I was gone.
I know Tanner's family a little bit, not too well. But they're always very welcoming to me. So I showed up and I looked around and Tanner was out and about. So while he was out and about fishing, I believe.
Yep.
I got invited to go on the local pontoon boat, the family pontoon boat, which was fun. Thank you very much for letting me on. Not my thing, man. Not a boat guy.
Did you get your tarp off?
No, I haven't had the tarp off in years, man.
Jeez.
No, but that was fun. What else happened to you this week?
Went back to work. Didn't enjoy that much.
You were you were stuck in a few floods?
Yeah, man. The fucking place is a shit show. My house flooded. I got threatened with a guy with a shovel. Tried to kill me.
Your gym got flooded?
My gym got flooded.
So we had the service master people in there.
Yeah.
Cleaning that.
They cleaned it up. Now you can eat off the floor, though.
They said, yeah.
So that's a good thing. Hopefully we can get that thing fired up here soon.
We're gonna do a little airing out. It's still a little swampy down there, a little bit,
stanky,
little. Just flush it a little bit.
Yeah.
That really sums it up.
What the fuck did you get up to all week? You've been quiet.
I've been quiet. I tried to do my version of the dirtiest jobs. I volunteer for 12-hour shifts at the local state fair, the local provincial fair.
Gross.
And I learned a lot, man. Those barrel racer chicks are hot.
Yeah.
And I learned another thing that there's the boutique cowboys that have the $69,000 truck and the
Yeah, yeah,
$5,000 saddles and the $30,000 horses, and they roll in. And there's another group, the groups that I like, these 19-year-old kids, bull riders, these sleek truck campers, four of them in a truck,
bad motherfuckers.
broke as fuck. They come in, get bucked off in 4 to 5 seconds, get their cash prize of $200, $150, literally get back in the truck onto the next rodeo.
They're bad motherfuckers,
They're
man.
jumping. They make $200 here,
Yeah.
$50 here, sleeping. They grab a beef on a bun at the local thing that's
Yeah.
free. Grab a drink, whatever they drink, and they just head out. And it was interesting to see bad motherfuckers, but
Yeah.
like they literally hit 5 or 6 rodeos during a weekend locally.
Yeah.
Head back to Minnesota, head back to Montana, head back to Colorado. There's guys.
Every once in a while, they'll tear a piece of ass.
Right, sure. Speaking of tearing pieces of asses, those barrel racing girls are hot as fuck. And they take a shit kicking, man. I was eating licorice, sitting in my booth, waving people through, and they're loading equipment, tending to those horses. And
Yeah,
then
it's a full-time job, man.
she came back limping. I said, "Are you okay?" And the horse fell on her, she says it's all part of the job. This happens when you're
She asked if you were okay.
No, I asked her, "Are you okay?"
Oh.
Probably
She's like, yeah, just part of the job, bitch.
Yeah. She's
So
like,
you-
yeah, like she was really nice, of course. But
Yeah, the thing with these cowboys and cowgirls is they're actually super respectful of everybody.
oh yeah,
Super respectful. They're down home. I'm eating
Right.
meat and potatoes. I'm giving my grandmother
Sure.
a kiss before I go.
yeah,
milk
it's a
the cow.
family thing.
That
yeah.
kind of shit. So they're all super nice. But we went to the PBR,
Okay.
and there was one Mexican cowboy that won the whole thing, and I'm super glad that he won because he was the only one that went and gave kids high fives after his ride.
Oh wow.
He made the 10-second venture over to the boards and gave all the kids a high five.
I mean something. It's those little kids.
Those
Yeah.
kids love that shit. Now, could one of those 7 kids over there become the next world champion bull rider? Who fucking knows? But maybe that sparked something in their brain. But I thought that was cool. Yeah, it sounded like you had a terrible time there.
It was okay, man. Thank God to Sovereign Extracts for making this all possible.
You had a cool person to work with though, in Josh.
Yeah, Josh.
Josh is
yeah,
cool.
He's cool. We kind of had a mutual bonding. He actually brought out the beers.
Boom.
Big Josh, and then we got talking about how fucked up families are on both sides, and you realize there's a mutual bond. No matter who you are, no matter where you are, there's always a black sheep in the family, and there's always weirdness going on.
We're all the same except for the fat fuck that takes off on his job and gets food. That's fine.
All right, let's do this today. Who do we got?
Today on the show, we've got one of my favorite people of all time to talk to about boxing and a bunch of other shit. Who gives a fuck what we talk about? It's always fun. Ladies and gentlemen, Manny Montreal.
What's up, brother?
Same shit, different day, my friend. We haven't talked in a while.
Yeah, well, you've been busy. I guess so have I.
Yeah, I've been busy doing a whole lot of other things other than this podcast for some reason. I've been training. My wife's pregnant. My fucking kid's done school now, so she's bombed or she's camping right now, but she's fiddle farting around the house. I got to keep an eye on her. I got this ginger fuck over here off camera that's a pain in the ass. I'm in the middle of opening up my own gym. So, yeah, it's been busy.
Oh, good stuff. Congratulations on the baby and the gym.
Thank you very much. What the hell have you been doing?
I'm working, man. I'm working. I'm trying to put some money together so I can buy myself some leeway. Ida Tiger kind of went out of town a bit. So the Montreal scene's been a little quiet. And now we're kind of heading into a little vacation time, I guess.
Okay.
There's no cards or fights in the very near future anyway.
In your area?
Yeah, I think the next one's gonna be September so far, but there'll probably be a couple. There'll probably be something in August more than likely, but for right now, we've got a little break, so to speak.
That's kind of nice, though, in a way.
Yeah, no, because I'm trying to get my own things going and whatnot, and sometimes just you need a bit of time to learn stuff or to figure stuff out on the internet and whatnot. So it's not a bad thing. There's still boxing to watch, but just nobody I gotta like break my head about.
Yeah, you didn't get the job at the weed store.
No,
Fuck, man, I was hoping you were really gonna get that job at the weed store.
you know what the thing is, man? You'd be surprised how many people like offer me stuff and then I call them on it and then doesn't always turn out the way they were saying it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear that a lot actually.
Like, oh, I see your stuff. I love your stuff. We should hook up. I can help you out. I do this and that. And it's like, all right, cool. Then I call them on it, right? And I'm like, all right, let's get down. You know what I mean?
And
So
then
9 out of 10 times it doesn't work out.
yeah. Now we've been in conversation with the guys from the Great Fight North, and we're trying to put together kind of a simulcast deal where we would do a show together, and
Okay.
it'd be kind of fun. Now, how do I pronounce Jason's last name? Because I say it one way, and I just want to make sure I'm saying it right.
Okay. So I gotta have it like written in front of me to say it. I'm trying to fucking picture it in my head right now because I'm dyslexic. Okay. So his name just looks like a mismatch of letters to me. But if I focus, it's Tusefix
Two
is the way you're
suffix.
supposed to say it. I'm pretty sure. Like I would need to see his Twitter handle.
Okay, because I call it two fucks.
Yeah, yeah, no, no,
That's,
don't
that's
go
not
with that.
right.
Well, it's not that it's not right. It's just, uh, yeah, no, don't go with it.
Okay, we won't go with that. I don't know Jason from a hole in the wall. He seems to be a fan of the show, and he listens to the show. So
Super dude, great podcast, real boxing knowledge. The guy makes posters
yes,
professionally for a bunch of people. And there's other reasons why he knows people in the industry and whatnot. But, he's got friends in major places in the States as well.
mm,
So as far as getting interviews and stuff done, the man's really, moving along. And then on top of that, he's doing commentary. He's keeping some English alive on Punch and Grace
mm-hmm.
until they can start broadcasting in separate languages. You know what I mean? I find he's doing a bang up job. Really good dude.
All right. Well, let's take a little trip through a time machine then, and we'll go back to a card that I actually talked to you about on Facebook Live, but then when I watched it back, it was terrible because I was like coming through on a different time on your end,
Okay.
and I should have put my headphones in. That's what fucked it up. But Dylan Carmen versus Simon Keene.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of good fights on that card, but ones that confused me.
For instance, go ahead.
So Dylan and Simon, that fight confused me because I thought it was going to be something and it wasn't. But that happens in boxing.
Yeah. Especially with those two.
Yeah, we're talking one and two in the country.
First fight, right?
Yeah,
And you just show the knockdowns and you don't show any conclusion, right? No one's ever watched a fight. They're gonna ask you what the fuck happened. They won't be able to tell you who won.
exactly. The other one that was confusing to me was a kid that I like a lot is Artur. That was a he handled the fight in the best way possible is the nicest way I can put it.
Yeah, it was awkward.
Yeah.
It was awkward. It's hard to explain. A lot going on for Arthur right now. I'm not gonna speak for him, but we'll hopefully we'll have news about his situation soon.
Okay.
I know he had a lot of stuff going on, so you know,
That was
not,
his was that his first trip to 175 too?
yeah. Well, the thing is, right? He didn't do 175. It was just under 175, I believe.
Okay.
But the eventual plan is to bring him up to 175. Bring him down to 175. Sorry.
But
So I think it's like he was 179 or something for this fight.
okay.
Some, and then the eventual plans to get him down to 175.
Okay. And then there was a gentleman that was supposed to be on the card, but I didn't see him fight.
Who's that?
want to say it starts with an M, Mature or something like that.
Lexan Metzer.
That's it. I didn't see him fight. Did he fight?
Yeah, he fought again after that in Thetford Mines.
Oh,
So he's fought in twice since. And Thetford Mines was his first 6 rounder. He looked good, but he went the distance for the first time. Up until then, it was all quick knockdowns. The kids, listen, amateur pedigree through the roof. Mother and father are championship. One's, oh man, I don't have notes on them or whatnot, but it's like karate and judo or karate and I forget what other discipline. But the point is, the family's medaled and black belts, and mom's a champ, dad's a champ. Little brother's tearing up the amateur scene right now.
oh wow.
So, when he was doing pretty well as an amateur, they turned him pro this year. Like I said to Camille, here's what's nice about him, right? You don't see him in the ring. He looks like a champ, stands like a champ, acts like a champ. Like he looks like a fighter. You're not questioning whether this young man is a basketball player
Mm-hmm.
or whether he's, just goes to school or whatnot. You can tell just there's an aura about him. And then the way he speaks, the way he holds himself. And then you see him in the ring and you're like, oh, okay, this is for real. He's doing stuff that guys at his level aren't. Um, going to southpaw, uh, just switching stances, doing some Lomachenko esque little things. Setting up the guy with a blocked out jab and just pivoting around him to get a different angle, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he's trying. His first couple of fights were really showcases. This one was more about to see what he had. They wanted to bring him a test for his first 6 rounder, and it was a good learning experience for him. Future star for Quebec. They're gonna push him hard.
Nice. And what's the deal with Simon Keane right now? Is he gearing up for something else?
Well, the truth is, I know Camille's got stadium dreams again,
Okay.
and it's either going to be maybe both. I don't know, right? So I right now all of this is hearsay, but I know he wants to go back to a large venue, and going back and conquering the Bell Center is definitely on his hit list.
Mm-hmm.
Whether he does it next, I'm not sure. Um, if not, then it would be in Quebec City at the Videotron Center,
Mm-hmm.
or even in Laval at the same place where they had the Lemieux fight on versus Saunders.
Okay.
So either or, it would be a larger venue. And at that point, I'm also aware that he's talking about possibly 3 or 4 title fights.
Wow.
Yeah. So he wants to have an entirely Tiger DAZN show, in my opinion. Maybe one major headliner that comes down to face, David or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know the plan right now is to get David, Simon, Steven, Eric, and possibly Ulysses as well, a stadium show as soon as possible.
Okay. I like that. I feel like David Lemieux would have to headline,
Yeah.
guaranteed.
Yeah. But, I mean, if you get him against, like, I don't know who they could go, right? Maybe Carlos Takam or there's another guy, Tam,
Yeah.
get his first. There's a couple of heavyweights out there that are ranked appropriately, right? Even the guy that knocked out Dylan Carmen could be interesting.
Yeah, that Russian dude.
Yeah, Dimitrenko. He's not a real heavyweight, man. You look at him, he's a little guy, but fuck can he go?
He can hit.
Yeah, no, he's fought a cruiserweight, you know what I mean? And he moved up to heavyweight because he was just manhandling dudes at cruiser.
Hey. Now, has there been any talks of a Dylan Carmen, Simon Keane rematch for the third?
They're not opposed to it.
Okay.
That much I know, right? They're if there's sellable value to it, if they can, like I said, he wants to put him in a stadium,
Mm-hmm.
right? And a third fight does value that,
Yes.
right? So, but the truth is, right? Carmen's coming off that knockout, and then this knockout. I would rather Carmen take a little time, maybe get a tune-up,
Mm-hmm.
as weird as it sounds. Something to rile up the hometown fans, give him the mic afterwards, call for his rematch. I want my belt back, and so on. You know, possibly a year from now would be good. You know what I mean? I'd rather Dylan be fully healed because even this rematch, I was like, maybe too soon. I would have preferred, some sort of.
Maybe a little
But
tune up in between.
yeah, and they were hoping for Madeline Mijas,
Yeah.
but there was a little back and forth on Twitter about sign the contract. Then you know what I mean. But Uh, like I said, I think there's a bit of money behind Mijas right now, and for them to just bring him back to Canada at this point, when they've spent money to bring him to the States, might not be in their plans.
Well, you always fuck his name up too, man. It's Malad and Milgis.
Maladin. Well, listen, I have the excuse of being me, number one, and number two, I am dyslexic, and his name does look like a jumble of words to me.
Hey, it looks like a jumble of words to me. The first time I had him on the show, I had to say, "Listen, I don't know how to say your name."
Yeah.
And then I said it 50 million times, and it just stuck. But yeah, Mladen is he went over to Vegas and he's training over there. I don't know what he's got going on for fights. I haven't heard from him, but hope he's doing well.
Training with Eddie Mustafa Muhammad.
Yeah,
Bad dude, bad dude.
interesting
That's
move.
well. Listen, I think that in the overall in the heavyweight division, footwork is becoming hyper important,
Yes.
right? And I think with recent, things in the heavyweight division right now, you get to see that Tyson Fury gets to do a lot with footwork, and maybe that Joshua was a little flat-footed against Andy Ruiz, who again had better
Mm-hmm.
footwork. So we'll see what happens with Deontay Wilder and Ortiz, because Ortiz does have footwork, but
Yeah.
Deontay Wilder's the MacGuffin in the entire heavyweight division.
Also on that Eye of the Tiger card, Adam Braidwood made his return to the ring, and
Yeah.
he looked fantastic.
Can I say this?
Yes,
Walkout, I was like, we're good.
exactly. The
Walkout, I was like, we're good. I
this
saw him. He's happy. Said hi to the fans. I was on like Donkey Kong. I was like, oh yeah, he's good. We got nothing to worry about. This motherfucker's fucked.
yeah, the swagger was there.
Hmm.
He was ready to rumble. He brought in some new skills.
Yes, he boxed a little bit better. I mentioned it when I did a video. I've been doing just quick lives that like
Yeah,
disappear after 24 hours. So, but yeah, man, no, he got to showcase a little different Braidwood. Like he did improve. There's method to the madness, and he could feel good about it too.
that kid he fought was relatively tough too. He's no slouch.
Yeah, no, stepping in the ring with Braidwood or anyone, like Braidwood thumps. Right? I know he's a big, intimidating looking dude. He's got a great nickname and, he can scare the shit out of people. But bottom line is he thumps. He's got power on him, right? We
Yeah,
don't have to go through a resume again to list reasons why, right? Um, so his opponent, like it or not, he's got to be aware of that. And then on top of that, you're hoping this guy's just gonna slug it out with you, and here he is boxing your ass off, right?
yeah,
So it was a little different because if you notice, he was an opponent to Arslanbek Mahmuda,
yes,
right? Arslanbek iced him like Terminator style, which is fine for Arslanbek, right? I think he was expecting some sort of bull rush kind of similar thing from Adam, and Adam just boxed his ears off. So it's good stuff, man.
it was a good fight. I'm glad he got the chance to get back in there, especially in Quebec, for Eye of the Tiger on the Simon Keane Dylan Carmen undercard, because you know what fight I want, but we're gonna have to
Yeah.
wait for that one.
Well, look, if no tune-up fight for Carmen, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind. Like if they do get some sort of big stadium show, right? What better than another heavyweight fight? And you bring Carmen in, you bring Braidwood in, winner gets a rematch, other guy has to suck it up.
That's a tough one for me now because I've developed a
Yeah,
relationship with Dylan.
I get it. I get it. However, the truth is, right, there can only be one.
The truth is, I've backed Adam for years now. I've known him for longer than he's been boxing, and I would have my friends back on that one for sure.
Listen, if there was a passing of the guard, so to speak, you know what I mean? That
Mm.
could be it.
Could
Could
be
be
it.
a. See, I honestly think Carmen could really teach something to Braidwood in a fight with him.
Oh yeah,
You get what I'm saying? And like, hopefully they end up friends afterwards, and then like he even helps train him. We do this Rocky style.
that'd be cool. Apollo Creed, Rocky,
Yeah, straight up, just get Carmen in your corner.
Dylan
Have it
Carmen's
have corner and everything.
Dylan's a very good boxer. He's very slick and he's crafty.
Absolutely. Listen, he he's not always been in the best of shape,
Yeah.
right? But he's gotten away with that, like most heavyweight boxers who got out of shape did, with a crazy good jab.
Yep.
Okay, if you look at all the greats that got a little pudgy around the middle, but survived still at a high level, yeah, mainly because they had a fucking mean fucking jab. And yeah, Dylan Carmen definitely knows how to work his jab. You know, for a big man, I think even if he hangs it up tomorrow, right? He still has something to contribute to the sport somehow.
100%. Sadruddin Akhmedov, he just fought, correct?
Yes, sir.
I like that kid. I didn't get a chance to watch the fight yet, but how'd that go? Probably not well for the other guy.
I called it surgical, right? It's like he's almost a half a second ahead, and you can see him be like, okay, now I'm going to spin my back foot and hit you with a hook from behind you.
Yeah.
Then I'm spin around, covering your head, and hit you with an overhand right. Then I'm gonna hit you with an uppercut, which is gonna set you up for the hook. It's almost like he's doing commentary for his own fight. Really messed up to watch because the guy he was fighting was still pretty good. It's just, he did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
And
Sadruddin's he's fun to watch because there's something that always goes with these Eye of the Tiger guys. The first round is fairly light usually. They feel it out, and then the second round they go try to kill you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, listen. When I tell you, when people are tripping on him because he's 21, the guy's setting traps,
Yeah.
switching stances with ease and repeatedly, making a mockery of his opponents. Not like humbling them, not beating them down, not knocking them out all like he does knock them out, but it's before that he snatches their soul.
It's
Like everything.
demoralizing.
Yes, because you don't know where the fuck what's coming from where and you get all fucked up. You know what I mean? That's 90% of the time he wins by knockout, but right before that there was a whirlwind of shit that the dude was trying to survive.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And he's good at providing that chaos. He's good at wielding the chaos. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's won a couple belts too in the meantime. A youth world title.
Yeah, the WBC Youth World Title. That's
Yeah.
the only one he has, though.
Oh, I thought I seen him with a picture with two the other day for some reason.
I'm not sure.
He had a
He
crown on
might.
his head.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Realistically, it doesn't matter. But
No.
okay, here's a question that some people have asked me, and I don't know the answer to it, and I'm kind of curious of it. He comes out and he's a soldier of Q. What the fuck is that?
Okay, so it's a double meaning.
Okay.
Number one is Quebec,
Okay.
right? But number two, recently there was a couple years back, actually, there was a kind of change of regime in Kazakhstan,
Okay.
and brought back their original alphabet. Now, in their original alphabet, K's are Q's.
Okay.
So, soldier of Kazakh with a Q,
Oh.
Qazak. No K, sorry. Qazaq.
Okay. So it's just an abbreviation for his
Soldier
country.
of Kazakh, soldier of Quebec. It worked out that both were Q's.
Okay. I didn't know if it was some weird fucking space shit that he was into, or if he's fucking part of Scientology or some bullshit. I didn't know.
No, like honestly, it's like recent enough that like Google Maps hasn't changed.
Oh,
on, you get what I'm saying? And
yeah.
if you Google government of Kazakhstan or Kazakhstan travel, you'll still get K's. Not like outlawed or something. It's just if you're down with what's going on right now, everyone's switching to Q's.
Hey, is what it is. I like the nickname because it confused the shit out of me. Which
Soldier of Kazakhstan, soldier of Quebec.
okay. What the hell is going on with my buddy over there in Quebec, Shaquille Finn? This motherfucker's gonna die wakeboarding.
uh, yeah, he's enjoying it, man. He doesn't get a lot of breaks. He does work hard. He's in the gym every day.
Yeah.
And if he's not training someone, he's training himself. So if he gets a little leisure time, and it doesn't, turn into anything bad, then why not?
Hey, Shaq, if you're listening to this, I really enjoy the Wipeout videos, but please stop it. Don't hurt yourself. I like
I,
Shaq.
I got a little nervous too. I was like, yo, just get a jet ski. Ride
Yeah.
around in a jet ski. You know what I mean?
Hey, he's having fun. He's out there with his girlfriend or his wife or whoever she is to him. Um, and he's having a good time. Good for him. When is he back in the ring?
That's more of a question because he's obviously promoted by Yvon Michel.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as quick as the day after his victory, I'm aware of a couple offers that came his way.
Okay.
People were, yeah, people were chomping at the bit, but it would have also meant going directly back into camp.
Oh.
And, just on quick back and forth, the offers didn't seem too solid right away.
Yeah.
And, under advisement, they obviously waited it out.
Smart.
Yeah, and sure enough, those people ended up getting fights, but the opponents are of a little lesser caliber, but they'll still be fighting.
Yeah.
So that means it's still going to be available in 6 months or less. Um, I think right now Yvon Michel's developing a friendship with ESPN, and now because of Oscar Rivas, he's doing a little bit of work with Eddie Hearn. So, it's hard to count Yvon out,
Mm-hmm.
and I foresee something along the lines of like because what it is he's not afraid to. One of the things he'll negotiate for is for work for another one of his fighters because contract wise he's got to get them work, right.
Yeah.
There's a certain time period he has. So like Oscar's fighting in England now. I know he went into camp with two training partners, none of his weight class, but Eleider Alvarez and Christian Billy followed him because their coach obviously went as well. So they all went together. And Billy's a interesting prospect. I could see Matchroom being in England, him
Mm-hmm.
being from France originally, possibly needing some room on the undercard and giving him Billy a shot, right? Now that leaves us with Eleider Alvarez, which is apparently in talks to fight Jesse Hart,
Good fight.
yeah, who would be fighting him sometime in either late August or September. Now, depending on where that happens, I could foresee them needing another fight for the undercard and Yvon possibly negotiating. At that point, it might be a question of Mariev or Shaquille. If not, Shaquille will more than likely headline another casino show here in Montreal.
Well, this is a different question, but you mainly follow like Eye of the Tiger. They have the majority of the fighters that are talkable in Quebec. You know what I mean by that?
Well, this is what it is. Yvon's stable is a lot smaller. Um, and Billy being the latest main addition. He is in co-promotion with Seyi
Mm-hmm.
Wilfred. He does co-promote a couple other dudes, but his would be Mbili, Shaq, Mariev, Eleider, and Kaboom.
Okay.
Whereas in Ida Tiger is, I believe, now with their newest Russian kid, uh, 25 fighters deep now. Yeah, yeah.
It's interesting the landscape over there in Quebec with two Eye of the Tiger is the biggest promotion, hands down, in Canada. Hands down. They've got David Lemieux. They've got, the list is a fucking half a mile long. But
Well,
Yvon Michel's surviving over there. He's putting on some good cards.
he's forever survived.
Yeah.
That's what people got to understand, right? Like he's tougher than the common cold. That
Uh,
is for sure.
if Yvon Michel could unblock me from Instagram, that'd be great.
Yeah, no, I can't help you there. They're not in love with me. I still
No,
go to their shows. I still talk about certain of their fighters. You know what I mean? But yeah.
they're not in love with Manny Montreal right now.
Well, you know what it is? It's not just me though. Like I don't want to be sounding like there's some sort of,
Weird beef.
it's me. It's just they've been pretty tight on anybody being critical.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So any criticism or whatnot, they just, And the thing is, if I'm not doing my job if I'm not being critical. And I told Camille to his face, I go, the day you do something fucked up, I'll talk about it, man.
Yeah.
But you haven't, right? Tough as shit. Sometimes negotiations don't go your way, and sometimes they don't go the other person's way, whatever, right? But there's nothing I could say about the way you've been moving and the shit you've been producing that I can fucking be critical about.
They blocked me when the Steve Bossy Jean Pascal fight was going on, and I attacked that.
You see, but that's messed up because Jean Pascal don't even mess with him right now.
Really?
Well, yeah, no, Jean Pascal's gone to Eye of the Tiger as well.
Nice.
He does pretty much whatever Jean Pascal wants to do.
As he should.
And like I think for his fight against Brown, it's him. You know what I mean? It's not there is no Quebec promotion involved.
Now, is there a chance that maybe Shaquille Finn could wind up his contract with Yvon Michel and toddle over to Eye of the Tiger?
Truth be told, I don't think so.
No? Okay, he likes it there. He's comfortable. He's getting fights.
Number one, number two, Camille's got two 168ers right now,
Mm-hmm.
right? Nurzat Sabirov and Bazinian. So if he does that, he's only heading in one direction,
Yeah.
right? Whereas then if he just holds on to the cards he has, he still has those options open to him maybe later on. As far as for Shaquille, I would hope for an eventual because with the recent titles, might get him a shot with a bit of a bigger name, and
Mm-hmm.
a bit of a bigger name would more than likely need to be something associated with either Matchroom or ESPN in this case, Top Rank. Uh, you know, Maybe even a Lou DiBella fighter. I don't know,
Yeah.
but point being, uh, the idea of him like okay, so Kaboom Rivas and Ellider both had tentative top rank deals
Yep.
that didn't work out, right? So they lost their fights, their deals kind of winded down. But for that fight, they were co-promoted at least.
Yep.
So I'm hoping some sort of opportunity presents itself like that for Shaquille. And, maybe Shaq can be Bob Arum's final champion.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So here's another topic we can talk about, Manny. Is an interesting fight happened in BKB, and it was Paulie Malignaggi versus Artem Lobov. I don't know if you tuned into this fight. I don't know if you enjoy BKB. I'm on the fence with it still, but I did watch this fight.
See, here's the thing, right? I'm My stance on MMA has been weird, right?
Yeah.
Because I do have issues with elbows
Mhm.
and knees and kicks to the face. And then you got to worry about gloves, though.
Yeah.
Right? It's always seemed like a weird conundrum to me. Like, really, you're worried about the guy's knuckles? You
Right.
seen what a knuckle can do to the top of a skull,
Exactly.
right? So, uh, not that I'm advocating for pads or whatnot, because it's a real sport and it's here, and it's not like what I say can do anything anyway. But BKB is something new, right? And if we applaud it and start tuning into it and paying for it, I'm scared that it might stay.
You don't like it then?
It's weird for me because, look, Chris Liebman would not be able to feed his family right now.
Right?
Okay? That's the truth. The guy's not going to become a bus driver. There is no other path in this world for that human being.
I'm not getting
Great.
on the bus if Chris Liebman's driving it. He's
Well,
a
okay. Yeah, fun bus ride. You never know.
right?
But the point is, right? So I can't shit on it like that because of that. What worries me is exactly what happened with Paulie is a fighter that's been, without saying that he was, like, retirement was clearly his choice, right?
Yes.
But part of it also comes from the phone ringing less. From
Yes.
when you calling for fights, all of a sudden they're like, I can't this week. Maybe give me a call in a couple weeks, blah blah blah, and everyone just pushes you off, and then you realize, oh fuck, I guess they don't want me, right? But
Mm-hmm.
truth, a lot of guys don't want to be involved if it means putting the guy in danger, right? And
Yeah.
Paulie was doing that in boxing.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's like some sort of movement to make sure he doesn't box anymore, and that retirement was in his choice, but I'm sure it weighed on promoters' minds, right?
Mm-hmm.
So possibly the phone rang less and whatnot, and he retired. He retired with all his functions, and he's feeding his family with a beautiful Showtime gig.
Yeah.
He is more respected as an announcer than he was as a fighter. Truth,
Yep.
even from me. It bothers me that because he still has the itch, this was a possible venue for him.
Right?
You understand?
Yeah.
We need to treat it a little bit like drugs sometimes, okay? Ali fought past his prime. We should have learned our lesson with that. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because he has the itch. He's the greatest ever. How's he supposed to not get in the ring? Fucking 30, 40 years of fucking hypnotizing yourself. What the fuck, right?
Well, we seen it with Chuck Liddell too. Got in there after a fucking 900-year layoff with Tito Ortiz and got mollywopped by a guy that he ate for lunch a
Which,
decade
by the way,
before.
I didn't agree with either. You know what
No,
I mean?
shouldn't have fought.
And part of that was messed up too, because De La Hoya was talking about giving them jobs and shit in his new MMA promotion, and that promotion just fell out of nowhere. It's
Gone.
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 So, you know, like I just don't want these guys. I understand that some guys need to work. I understand why Chris Liebman is doing it. You
Mm.
get what I'm saying? But Paulie's not Chris Liebman. He was working for Showtime.
Yeah.
Artem, Artem, kind of same thing, man. You're a bona fide MMA fighter. It's not like you can't go out and get yourself an MMA fight somewhere.
Oh,
People,
fuck. Go to Russia, bro. That's where you're from.
well, yeah, but you get what I'm trying to say.
Well, they have a huge MMA promotion over in Russia, and they're paying people. But,
Not everybody loves him in Russia.
oh, I would guess not. He flies the Ireland flag too, right? And he's kind of a shithead.
Well, yeah. Well, look, he could fight in London and England. You understand? They can put him at the top of the bill.
Oh, yeah.
Small, but you'll make money, man,
Yeah.
and you'll fight fucking winnable fights. You know,
Now,
you're kind of looking like somebody put you through a cheese grater. Your fucking hands don't work anymore. You're smelling colors.
right?
What the fuck?
Now, the debate after that fight was because the original fight they wanted to do was obviously Conor McGregor versus Paulie Malignaggi. That fight's been talked about since the infamous video or whatever. Now, if that had been Conor McGregor in the ring with Paulie Malignaggi, Paulie be dead.
Yeah, no, I don't think it would have went well at
No,
all.
not even close.
I kind of think McGregor probably regrets not having another boxing fight versus Paulie.
Oh, guaranteed.
Yeah,
Uh,
but so there's got to be some questioning to why McGregor did not do it.
Who knows? $100 million is a lot of money, but not when you're buying Rolls Royces and Mercedes Benzes every other week.
Yeah.
Who
Well,
knows?
the booze is doing well, so
Yeah, what is it? Proper 12 whiskey. He's selling the shit out of that.
yeah. You know what's crazy about that is they had went to Jameson to make a deal,
Mm-hmm.
and Jameson said no to it,
Yeah.
and some other company that was like going out of business, they kind of like made some sort of co-promo, co-pack
Co-brand
deal.
kind of thing. Yeah.
And then I think Proper Towel ended up buying them out entirely because their stock was just worth that much more. And they like did something for stock options or something. I forget which brand it is. But anyway,
Fuck.
that being said, so Jameson went and got Blessed MMA.
Max
I got it.
Holloway.
Yes, they sponsored him.
Jesus Christ! So you couldn't just sponsor an Irish guy,
Well, the Irish guy came to you with a deal. You said no to it. Now he's fucking shitting on you with a fucking bottle, hurting your sales.
right?
Obviously, they probably went to Khabib, but Khabib's religion won't let him deal with no fucking alcohol. So
Yeah, Khabib's a crazy person, and trying to deal with him probably isn't the easiest thing on the planet.
yeah, no. Well, they won't do booze. Like
No,
no.
but there's other guys out there. There's bigger names than Max Holloway. Why wouldn't you go after John Jones? You know the guy's doing lines and
Max
drinking
Holloway
booze.
fought McGregor at the time, so it kind of
I
worked out for
guess,
them.
yeah.
And he was in the news, so it worked out for them. It wasn't a bad deal.
Okay, you've been doing some stuff on Punching Grace, and they're calling it the morning after show.
Yeah, pun intended, I guess.
I don't understand a word you guys are saying.
Yeah, I know, but
Can we get English subtitles, please? Maybe Emmanuel, you could do English subtitles.
you know what? Subtitles is work, man. And if they're at the point where they're paying someone for subtitles, then possibly they could pay to do an English version.
Very true.
But I've said it before. Right now, he's got a plan,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't get to look at the plan, right? Sometimes I get called into a room and the map's kind of played out onto the table, but there's like stuff hiding chunks of it. So I only get kind of like a corner view, and then he talks to me about the future and whatnot, and I'm trying to look at what the hell he's doing. I know his immediate plans right now is to continue this traveling show that he does, plus doing big shows in Montreal. He wants to smaller shows on the extremities,
Mm-hmm.
build up fan bases for fighters, so that eventually when they come back around, big show in Montreal has them there. People will come down to Montreal for this. Bring
Makes
it back
sense.
to the days of it being an event.
Yeah.
That's He wants to get that showmanship kind of thing going again.
Is there a future for you in this morning after kind of talking on Punching Grace, making some money?
Well, I'll say this, right? They're very good to me. Number
Okay.
one. Number two, the fact that they let me do it in French when I had never done anything in French before, right? Was different, and it kind of opened other people's eyes to me that didn't realize I was even there. That I didn't realize they didn't realize I was there. I was like, yeah, man, I've been doing this forever. And they kind of some people just assumed I didn't speak French or whatnot, or didn't think I'd be able to articulate myself that well. So it was kind of a boost of confidence a little bit. You know what I mean? Um, I still don't think French TV or radio will hire me.
Probably not.
You know, but
You've cleaned
you
up
know,
your act a little bit, though.
well, for them, obviously, I have to. But like my immediate goal, I want to start my own podcast. I have some things laid out in the very near future. Hopefully, everything can fucking work itself out properly. And because I do want to bring it to a certain level, and then I'll also for my regular fans, I'll do lives on Facebook Direct like I do on my just to like chime in on say what I have on my skull. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The shows will be more structured and possibly. I'm not entirely sure. Like I won't be able to smoke. I won't be able to swear.
Do whatever you want on your podcast, man.
I'm working on something, but I'm working on something. So if I get the backing I want, then I'm gonna have to play ball.
Okay. You're gonna have some kind of a boss kind of thing that you're gonna have to answer to.
Well, more like some sort of cooperative effort,
Okay. I understand what
and
you're saying.
I want to respect my new partner's wishes type thing.
Okay.
However, my ultimate goal, to be honest, if I'll put it out there, I'll just put it out there in the universe. I want a job with ESPN Plus when ESPN Plus comes to Canada,
Yeah.
or I want a DAZN Canada job. Uh, I know they had an office in Toronto, and that kind of messed up, and they had some issues with the NFL a couple years back.
Hmm.
So the office is a lot smaller. But if they ever blow that office up again, I love. Like, I don't know if I would do play by play.
It's tough.
That is, it's 5 hours of talking straight. I know I could probably do it, but I think I would kill. Like, I think the people that would work with me would want to kill me. So I think I'm better off just like, I would love to be the Harold Lederman
Yeah, that'd
of
be
the Canadian
fun.
and to just chime in between rounds and like, you know, say what I have to say and just be gone in 30 seconds.
I do know that Punching Grace does have a dream of a couple people doing a commentary gig for them, and that involves you and me.
That'd be cool, man.
I was talked to about it by, I'll leave the person unnamed, but they were hoping I was going to come in for the Dylan Simon rematch,
Okay.
but I couldn't make it. But one of these times, I'm going to make my way out to Quebec, and then hopefully we can get that team, that dream team together for an event. And I told them, I said, I can't promise you that I will not say the F word. And I was told that they'll have the button ready.
Well, there we go.
Which it's
There we
always
go.
it's always nice when it's not on a mainstream kind of thing, right? Like it's on the internet. Anything goes on the internet. But obviously, when I did it with Vincent Tremblay, I didn't cuss.
Well, see, look, their ultimate goal, right? I'm assuming, again, just me thinking, their ultimate goal would be Punch and Grace to merge or to be bought out by a larger conglomerate that
Mm-hmm.
streams fighting and would be interested in the Canadian market they've created.
Yeah.
Then on top of that, right, if you look at the other people, like Sky Sports went into a deal with the Zone. I mean Matchroom. Matchroom went into a deal with the Zone, and they got their entire library.
Yeah.
Right. So that came at a price, right? So the bigger your
Oh.
library, the deeper it is, the better. And one of their acquisitions a couple years back was Interbox. So that's all the Eric Lucas stuff. That's all the early Butte stuff. That's the Jean Pascal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They've got they've got fights going back to like the early '90s.
Yeah.
So he's got quite the library. I would imagine at some point, he's either already has investors or
Mm-hmm.
eventually it'll probably go public
That'd be
and there'll
cool.
be, yeah, people can own a share.
That'd be really cool, actually. I'd petition for a job.
I'm down, brother. I'm down. I know. Listen, you see, here's the thing, right? This is what freaks me out. I'm one of the ones that see the way the wind is blowing, right?
Yeah.
And I'm yelling at the top of my lungs.
Yeah.
Head north, folks, right? That's the way to fucking plant your flag, because like from everything I see, the way everything's laid out, the future's gonna be fucking bright.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm really hoping, something comes my way.
You've been very persistent for a very long time now. Where I can't remember what year it was when you quit your job, but it's been a half a minute.
2014, theoretically on paper 2014, but I wasn't working like for a good year before that because I was
Okay.
on leave.
Oh.
But yeah, so like 2010, I got on Twitter. 2013, they started fucking with me, and then creating Manny Montreal.
Yeah. And now you're where you are now. The Red Baron's dead, right?
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah, man.
Did you cry just a little bit?
Put an interior like that.
You cry a little bit?
A little bit, man, a little bit. Because you know what? Here's the thing, right? I held on to that for fucking since like 2010. So
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? No, not 2010, probably 12. So I did like 6 or 7 years with that car. I was a fucking 94, brother. You know what I
What,
mean?
what was the nail that put it in the coffin for that car? What happened?
Uh, so the rear diff separated entirely.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's done.
So, well, I would take left turns or right turns, and the car would, the ass would kind of scoot over. So I would have to ride out turns. It was kind of like driving a Mario Kart.
Yeah.
And hitting those little speed bumpy things on the side of the turns.
Not safe.
No, no. I thought it was just my tires or my suspension,
Yeah.
but he was, yeah, no, this will cost like without labor, it's like at least 600. I was like, yeah, no, that's it. Peace out.
Oh fuck. So no ride right now. Then you're 2 feet in a heartbeat, ankle express.
I live in Montreal, to be fair, so if I need to get going somewhere, it may take a little bit more time, but public transit's still pretty good.
Easy.
Right? Uber, cabs, and then like obviously I got friends, so I can always bum a ride here and there. But I'm gonna figure something out.
I'm just gonna put this out there to the universe right now that we're in a very nice time of the year. I don't know what the temperature is in Montreal right now, but I know that it's nice.
Yeah,
And
it is.
I would absolutely love to see Manny Montreal riding the streets of Montreal on a fucking scooter.
Okay, so I had someone offer me an electric scooter.
Damn it, you didn't take it?
I might go get it. I was thinking about it just to like go to the gym and whatnot
Yeah,
because it would kill time. But I also, that's the other thing. I could also get a bike. You know what I mean?
that's true. But I
For
want
this,
the scooter, Manny. Go get the scooter, and we'll get you one of those like half helmets. We'll get you a black vest. Says Manny Montreal on the back, and away you
no,
go.
no. Vests are not a good idea in Quebec.
That's true. My bad.
Yeah, no,
We'll get you a
no,
jean
thank.
jacket.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. Jean jacket's great. No leather. I'm gonna stay. If it's leather, it's got to be like colored and absolutely no embroidery.
Yeah, none on it at all, and we'll stay away from the color red and
Yeah.
maybe and white.
Yes.
We'll stay away from those. I want to talk to you real quick about Tyson Fury. His
How
last fight.
good last though. Like honestly, just think about that. That'd be a that'd be a good just for laughs kind of thing. Just roll up on a house full of bikes and like pull up in your scooter.
Fuck, fucking right.
uh, okay,
Uh,
sorry. Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury looked in his last fight that was like walking in the park for him. That was an easy
Yeah.
fight.
Listen. Uh, this is more about conditioning.
Yes.
He looks in better shape than he did against Fury.
Yep.
So I think their ultimate thoughts were okay, this is the outcome. What did we do wrong? What can we improve on? They looked at several things, conditioning being one, you know, ring rust being another real thing.
Yep.
Despite the fights he had, they were so they knew, hey, if we condition him a bit better and we get him some rounds, build his confidence back up again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Um, yeah, and plus he signed that deal with Bob Arum and ESPN,
Yep.
so he's got a certain amount of fights in mind, and they're gonna play it the proper way in order for him to get the most juice out of this nut.
Yeah. When you watch Tyson Fury, do you think that he has an easier time with Deontay Wilder in a rematch?
I'd like to say yes. I think I gotta see the Ortiz fight
Yeah.
because here's the truth: if he gets rid of Ortiz quicker than he did the first time, right? And he shows because Ortiz has got good defense, right?
Yep.
If he shows me something new, then I might be a little worried. You know what I mean? But if it's just the same old thing or it goes the distance and he looks like shit,
That's a
then
problem.
yeah, it's sure will eat him alive.
Yeah. Like when I line
He's
Tyson.
got to do better than he did the last time,
Yes.
right?
I
And if you,
thought Tyson won the fight with Wilder.
so did I.
I thought it was self-explanatory.
Well, yeah, listen, man, the knockdowns fuck with people, like it or not. And you're not there. You didn't hear the head hit the mat.
That's true.
You know, you're not. There was a judge that probably was sitting maybe a foot away from Fury's head when he got rocked, right?
Yeah.
So they also saw him get up like the Undertaker.
Exactly. You sat up like the Undertaker and then went right back to work.
So it really depends on perspective and how they looked at it, and being in the room's a whole different ball of wax.
And it is boxing. I'll just say that.
Well, listen, to be truthful, right? Is that the type of fight you want to lose your belt on? You knocked the guy down twice, they took the belt from you.
Not for Deontay, no.
But do you get what I'm saying? I think in the end it was the appropriate call. Deontay doesn't get a loss, right? Still remains undefeated, 40 something fights in now, 40, 41, right?
42 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and Fury doesn't lose cachet, which he proved by signing a big deal with ESPN.
Yeah.
So, in the end, we're probably going to get the rematch. Hopefully, we don't wait too long for it,
Yeah.
and we can get some results here 2020.
Well, now we've got this very interesting fella named Andy Ruiz that's in the mix, who is the unified champion right now.
Listen, I always liked Andy. Was one of the few guys out there. I didn't call it,
Yeah.
but I said, why not root for the little guy?
Why not?
I said, what's wrong with Andy Ruiz? And then I talked about him and how he fights and whatnot. And I was like, this is boxing after all. And then sure enough, motherfucker pulled it off, right?
Happens.
Now, listen, he's fast. He's got beautiful head movement. Take a punch and a half,
Yep.
you know?
Looks like pure shit.
Well, that's what people don't realize, right? Like, okay, I know it's funny, right? But Chris Farley, Belushi, there's a few football players out there. There's
Yeah.
guys that are weird sized guys, weird weights, like 300 plus pounds, right? And for whatever reason, they're able to do cartwheels and
Right.
like high kicks or
Yeah.
splits. You know what I mean? They're
Roy
just super.
Roy Nelson, another classic example.
Yeah. Like Roy might not be cardio king, but for whatever reason, man, he's. And then I also believe that the fat, somewhere along the lines, the fat does insulate you
Mm-hmm.
from concussions and knockouts. One of the first things that happens to fighters when they retire is gain fat, and it's not just because they're eating more, but it's because their body's like, okay, we need fat around the brain.
Yeah, we
We
need
need,
protection.
yeah. So your body literally tries to insulate you. Um, that being said, I think he's well insulated. You know,
Yeah.
George Foreman could eat a punch, bud. George Foreman could eat a punch. When he beat Michael Moore, Michael Moore hit him as hard as he could, man. And this guy
Nothing.
would lean into them with his face. Just,
You
take
eat
these
it.
headmaster shots from the guy. His hands all tied up to his chest.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess Andy Ruiz is just one of those classic big men. Look, Joey DeWico, the guy, I'm probably saying his name wrong, but the guy that was rumored to knocking out Joshua, is
Yep.
another one of those dudes.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, go look him up. He's a Philly fighter. He's got a couple losses, but it's like fucking gutted out wars that he lost. You know what I mean? And he's a bigger guy, and he's thick and beefy, and he moves well, and he's a Philly fighter. So he's got the Philly shell, then he's got the body and the combo. You know what I mean? So he's a good matchup for any heavyweight, actually.
Who does Ruiz fight next then?
If not Joshua, if the immediate rematch is not set, more than likely Joseph Parker, who just fought, but is now number one for the WBO.
Okay.
There is a fight going down next weekend between the Russian guy that knocked out Carmen Dmitrienko
Mm-hmm.
versus French guy from the Olympics that Simon Keane beat, Tony Yoka, who's undefeated as a pro 5-0.
Okay.
So he's a Frenchman from France. He got into it with Simon Keane, so he'd be another possible opponent, depending what Dmitrienko does to him. But
Nice.
yeah, so that Russian's going to be fighting, and that's for, I think, the WBA #1 spot.
Okay.
So if Joshua doesn't pull the trigger, there's going to be a couple guys manifesting themselves. The belts are obviously going to want to be defended and collected, fees for. So
Yep. No, there's no way right now Andy Ruiz would fight Tyson Fury. I don't think it would line up with who's signed with who and who's doing what with who these days.
well, Andy Ruiz, for all intents and purposes, is technically an Al Heyman product.
Oh.
Yeah, because he was fighting on Fox cards before this, and in order to make this fight happen, certain concessions were made. So also, I imagine he would be negotiating on his behalf or helping, someone from the team, if not, right? And that being said, we know Tyson Fury has had dealings with them, and it's worked out for getting the Wilder fight made.
Yep.
If to be honest, right? I think Andy Ruiz doesn't get Joshua forced on him.
Yep.
WBC might make a play to get Deontay Wilder to fight, because the WBC is going to be in the spot as well.
That's true, yeah.
Because now, not this weekend, the weekend after that, you got Oscar Rivas versus Dillian White.
Oh, shit, that's a big fight.
And Dillian White has been the mandatory for over 4 fights now. Now, if it hadn't been for a few drug issues, a few positive tests, I guess he wouldn't have been refused as many times.
Yeah.
But this is still for the #1 spot, so Oscar Kaboom Rivas could shake up the world as well and then find himself in a spot to fight Deontay Wilder.
Oscar Rivas is fucking good.
And you see that #1 spot's juicy right now because, like you just said, if Joshua doesn't fight Ruiz, and Wilder's set to fight Ortiz, there'd be a possibility of maybe Kaboom Rivas giving his #1 spot in exchange to fight Ruiz.
Yeah. The heavyweight championships are interesting. Deontay Wilder has the WBC world title, which is the title that everybody wants. That's the big one. Andy Ruiz has every other title, but Tyson Fury has the paper title, which is the lineal championship.
Yeah, because he beat Klitschko is what it is.
Yeah.
Right? When Klitschko had all the belts. So he took all the belts that Klitschko had on him at the time.
Yep.
He has never received the WBC.
No.
So the WBC is the missing crown to his jewel, let's say. Right? Because then he's literally held every title.
So I believe they want that rematch, though. They want to do Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury 2, but probably not till the end of the year.
Yeah, no. Well, I think they want to see how the Ortiz fight goes. I think that Wilder's had some hand issues.
Yeah.
And, maybe they're playing it safe with the Ortiz fight. Like, even if they win, they might need to take some time. If you start part too early, it might not be good. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right, Manny. We're up at the hour mark. You want to wrap this fucking thing up? We could probably do this all night, but...
that's it for me, man. Just check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Got a bunch of highlight videos all the time and whatnot. I appear on other people's podcasts, it seems, all the time. That's it. Hit me up if you want to talk boxing, man.
Hey guys, when you're on Facebook and you go to Manny Montreal's page, you can select something on there that says notification when he goes live. Hit it. Because when you go live, it's interesting. Usually you talk something of substance in the boxing world. You're not quite as brash as you used to be. I've noticed that. You've toned down a lot, which I don't like, personally, because I like the crazy fucker. But I also understand it, and I think you do a great job.
I think if something gets me riled up, I will...
You'll get going.
Switch the wagons, and I will do my usual thing. But nothing has gotten crazy under my skin lately. Things have been going really well in the boxing.
Steve Claggett, he hasn't got under your...
He hasn't. We're good now. We're like, I'm legit good with him.
Yeah, you guys are. He mentioned to me the other day that he likes you, and well, you know, sometimes when these things happen and people get into a beef and they hash it out, they're actually closer and better friends at the end of the day. So
Look, in the end, right? He understood, right? And I knew where he was coming from too.
it wasn't personal.
No, absolutely not, man. Absolutely not. I got nothing but admiration for him. But you know, at the end of the day, I got to do what I got to do for the people that I promised that I would do what I do. You know what I mean? On the low, I do a lot of stuff for fighters and social media. I'm like, hey, bud, you should follow this person. They're like, why? I'm like, this is the executive producer of the person that handles the promotions for that bigger promotion that deals with your promotion.
Exactly.
Oh, right? So then they follow them. A couple days go by. I do enough tags. Guess what? I get a message back. Guess what? They're following me. I'm like, yep. You get what I'm saying? So, like, sometimes it's not the stuff that gets seen, but I really love contributing.
Yep.
And I feel like I made that rematch happen to some small degree, right? So I'm forever grateful for Steve Claggett. Ulysses is a better boxer for having fought him.
100%.
So, you know what I mean? If anything, it's just, for me, he's just another chapter in the book. I appreciate his presence in it, you know what I mean? And his importance to it.
Yeah. Let's end it on that, Manny, because that was super nice. Guys, that's the final shot.